Turn to Victoria now. No new deaths, another 11 cases overnight. The state's daily case numbers continue to plateau between 5 and 15. So a long way from those highs that we saw, but not getting low enough, unfortunately. When we look at this 14-day rolling average, this needs to get down to 5, remember, 9.4. So just not coming down quickly enough, considering we're only, 10 days away from the supposed target in Melbourne. All but certain to miss that, despite recording those fewer cases than even New South Wales in a day. Joining us from Melbourne is Patrick Murrell. Pat, the Premier has flagged the city could take a smaller step, so something at least on October 19.
Yeah, that's right, Tom. This is almost being offered as a consolation prize in lieu of the full suite of reopening measures that was originally planned to take place on October 19. We all know well by now the target, as you mentioned, for that date is to have that rolling 2-week average at 5 cases or below, with no more than 5 mystery cases over that same period. Now, as it stands, that is looking incredibly unlikely. Again today, 11 new cases of coronavirus, a figure that's double what it needs to be. The daily average has fallen statewide to 9.8, but that's because of bigger numbers being taken out rather than smaller numbers being put in. In addition, there's been another new mystery case classified today. A day of 3 mystery cases has been taken out of that 2 weeks, and the overall number has decreased by 2, so that means another one's been added. That means that over the past 2 days, 3 mystery cases have been added, exhausting more than half of the slots allocated required to take this next step. So that is looking pretty unrealistic at this stage. Professor Alan Cheng, the Deputy Chief Health Officer, saying that it really will be a day-by-day analysis that leads to any decisions. Premier Daniel Andrews as well saying that even if Melbourne doesn't hit those targets, some restrictions will be lifted, although at this stage he won't say exactly which ones will be.
I think it is highly unlikely that nothing will change. There will be some changes. The exact nature of those we will need to look at, and if it's safe to do, we will do whatever's safe. And if that's a big package of changes, well then I'm sure your listeners and all Victorians will welcome that. I know my family will. I know every family will.
Now that 5-kilometre rule as well as the Ring of Steel with regional Victoria are both likely to remain in place on October 19. Businesses though will be watching very closely. Retail and hospitality especially keen to throw open their doors for in-store customers as well. Melburnians no doubt hoping that a household bubble will be introduced so that they can have people over on grand final day.